this year is we're going to be rolling out something that we call a Judicial Scorecard, if you will. And I want to explain why. There are three branches of government at the state level: executive, legislative, and judicial. If I ask everyone here, hey, who's your favorite governor ever? You can probably tell me. If I ask everyone here, hey, who's your favorite legislator either today or in the last cycle, whatever, you can probably tell me that too. If I say, who's the best judge that you know? Most of you are going to say, I don't really know. What people know about judges is what they know in the community. Do they go to church with them? Are they a neighbor? Did they grow up playing ball with them? And that's okay. But considering the judiciary is a third branch of government, and the judiciary makes so many important decisions, and some of those court costs are leading to insurance prices, we've got to educate people on what actually goes on in the judiciary. So we're going to try to pick select cases, put information out there, just so the public can see how judges rule on what issues. This isn't a gotcha program. In fact, I think there are a high number of judges who go every day and are great independent arbiters of the law. And I think they will appreciate once and for all to be able to tell their story of what they're doing in the courtroom. But for those that aren't, we need to tell that story also. And so I just think we can no longer let a third branch of government not be able to have a more transparent description of what they're doing day in, day out to the people who elect them to office. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll get input from the court and others to figure out how to do that responsibly and fair. But we're excited about that because we think also that will help us recruit people to go run for judge one day and maybe participate in that election cycle as well.
Whenever I ask a critical question to a lawyer, the first thing they say is, well, every case is different. How do you scorecard judicial performance? There are civil, there are criminal judges, there are just the whole category of every case is different, but there are categories of cases. How do you work through the inherent difficulty?
Yeah, so the question is, how do you do a scorecard of judiciary that's fair because every case is different? I don't want to paraphrase, but I guess I can paraphrase. Look, I think that is really, the part we're working through right now. Now, there's some models around the country of similar scorecards. And when I say scorecard, I think one reason why it gets a little confusing down here is because from a legislative scorecard, it's very easy. A bill comes up, everyone votes. You just go to the scoreboard and you show what it is. It's very easy to do that. To your point, in a judicial aspect, not every judge rules on every case that goes there. So I think it's more of just a transparency initiative, to where you're going to have several cases. There'll be an ability to pick the ones that are most critical to the business community, to free enterprise. What are the hot issues of the day, and what were the rulings, and what were the positions on those cases? It may not be every judge is on each one, because every case does not go through every courtroom. But it's the intent to just kind of peel back the curtain a little bit and let constituents around the state get a better understanding of what goes on in the judiciary. And again, I think there'll be a number of judges that will love the fact that they can kind of get in an easy, understandable way some of the rulings they're taking. I hear from judges all the time who feel like they go out there and bust their tail and they view themselves as independent arbiters of the law, and it's hard to explain that because if you're not a lawyer, you never see it. And it's such a big piece of our economy. It's such a big piece of every rule and policy we have. I think it's imperative on us, and look, other groups. I think other groups should consider doing the same thing. Put some of these issues out there. In fact, I don't know why the trial lawyers don't do this. I think it would be a great idea is if the trial lawyers went out and did their own version of a scorecard and said, here are the issues we think are most important, and here's where the judges voted on theirs. In fact, I would be glad to jointly release the business scorecard and the trial lawyer scorecard in the same document, in the same press gathering, to be here together. And that way, everyone's got a voice in the vote. Very fair, very impartial.